What kind of stuff are they giving you the most trouble about in terms of censorship? Nudity or
like
language?
waking up.
Just getting out of bed in the morning?
They just have it in their minds that they want to hire somebody, but they don't want any communication made. You know, they want to like make you into something. I don't know. It's like, I guess it goes into white homes. They're worried about that a lot.
What do they? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Gwen Barrett, our associate producer, or sometime producer, is black. You know, and Carmen Matias is Hispanic.
You have to be colored to be on television. You can't,
yeah, colored.
Yes, you can't be black. You have to have a little colored in there, just a taste.
Tad.
Yeah, just to keep it interesting for America.
Yeah. Well, she said, we were talking about your humor, that your humor offends white people, and I'm not that easily offended. Like, I'm not coming from a spot where Richard Pryor is going to offend me. I think you have humor that makes us see a lot of the truth and laugh at things we wouldn't normally laugh at. I think that's part of what you're doing. What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Well, good morning, or is it evening, afternoon, or good night? Whatever. I am here live, and yes, we are doing the video a little bit earlier than normal because we have a special guest, and we have LG World. Let's get him into the call, and we're gonna actually have a nice little chat. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Oh, I can't hear. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually get him in. You can hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I forgot I don't have notifications on when my stream goes, so I didn't see it at first.
All right, can you see me?
See you, no.
All right, let me see something. Let me actually try it because lovely little artist in me, because I have to have two cameras. I have two cameras. Let's see if
Gotcha.
Let's see.
I only got one camera, and that's all I need right now. At least I don't care about the other. No. So let.
All right. So let's see if we can actually get this going again. Oh, there we go. Whoa.
All right, there it goes. Cool. It should be.
Bear with me. There we go.
Okay, you're doing it that way. All right, hold on. Let me try to fix something right quick. Then, if you're doing that, okay, that's my webcam. Hello, what is going on with this thing? There it goes. All right, let's do a little bit of a fixie fix. Hold on, let me fix this. I'm gonna fix something on my end. Let me fix my stuff. Cause we not about that. Y'all not about to see none of that. No sir. None of that. Move that here.
Damn, this camera is actually a little bit brighter than what I thought it is. I have to switch to this one. I just hate the fish on the lens one.
It'll work. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Let me check this right quick once.
Sure.
All right, I'm back. Everything good, everything straight. You can see me perfectly fine, right? Or hear me perfectly fine.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. But
okay, did you set it up to where you can see me, or are you trying to? What were you trying to do?
No, look, if you don't mind having the icon, that's fine. I have 2 cameras. That's the only reason why I'm able to do it. So
okay, yeah, I only have one, so that's fine. That'll work. The icon works for me.
All right. So let's just set this up, and go ahead.
Okay, so no, what I was getting into, because my biggest thing, right, is I don't like. I've one thing I noticed, because I was watching some of your stuff, man, and just as a look into things, man, I have no problem with people having different opinions, right? And I actually look for people with different opinions, so that way I can see where they're coming from and understand. Because one thing about me is that I try to understand where people are coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I've noticed, and which led me to the comment that I made on your channel on that video, that I've noticed.
I don't
go ahead.
I really want to set this up just as a way of having how the conversation got started. So,
okay.
That's
my bad.
What I was gonna go with. So,
got you. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to be as charitable as I can, because I want to start a conversation off in good faith. So, you looked at my channel. I made content about so many other creators, big and small.
Yeah.
And I saw the comment, and like I said in the comment section, you said that people that don't believe black people are oppressed are different opinions. So are they grifters? And I did in the comment, and you can attest to this. I assume that you were somebody who, like, I've watched different videos about Gothix and the people that agree to her and with to the point. And, we had a little bit back and forth, and I do want to congratulate you, because unlike other people, you are willing to come on the channel and have that discussion.
Okay.
And so that's where we are here now.
Fair enough.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what the kind of backdoor that, and you're right. I said, so because someone doesn't believe in the black people are oppressed logic, we're pygmies, which was basically based off of what you were saying, and that's what made me want to make that comment, because that's one thing I don't agree with. It's just because somebody thinks different than you, they're not a pygmy or any form of negative whatever thing. And like I said, second part of that sentence is, I face more vitriol, or in other words, I face more of combativeness, if you will, from people of my own people, my black folks, than outside of my race. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said that. Yeah, in fact, that we're able to. I think you confused me with somebody else at first, because I'm like, when you said I took down a video, I'm like, what video? What video? I don't take down videos unless I have a really good reason to. So I was like, but either way, I open the door to anybody who's willing to disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't. I don't play with the blatant disrespect or blatant disregard, or to call somebody, say, hey, look, you're a grifter, you're a pick me because you believe X, Y, and Z.
All right.
You feel what I'm saying?
No, and I get that, and one of the
And the
things,
simp one too. That was the other thing too. I don't play that.
no, and you know what? The fact of the matter is, I'm gonna be honest. I'm really gonna be honest. I fuck with people in my comment section when I feel that they're a troll. It's documented. I actually have videos where I go down the list and I just document it. And you know what? Like I said, this is a conversation where I don't mind having, because in the end, I want to make sure I explain the original point of why I say someone is a pick me.
Okay.
Or is a grifter. Now,
okay.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Being a grifter, it doesn't matter if you quote unquote drink the Kool-Aid or not. If you're pushing a narrative that has evidence against what you're stating, and it's for status or it's for monetary fame, I would call that a grifter. And that's just not for the whole race relations things. For people that have different belief systems, be it spiritual or not, if you're pushing a narrative where you have no evidence for it or evidence in the contrary, grifter.
Let me make sure I understand. Let me make sure I understand that right. So if somebody's pushing, because I'm trying to make sure I get this right, so I don't want to take nothing too much out of context here. So if somebody's pushing a narrative where there is no evidence, there's no evidence for that narrative, then they're just basically pushing something. They're grifting.
No, you remember the second condition for monetary fame, for monetary
gain.
Right, exactly. So if it's for money or for fame,
then they're grifting.
Correct.
Okay, so what makes you think that Gothix is doing it for that purpose? Have you asked her? Have you had a chance to reach out to her? Because this is where I disagree with you, because I've actually sat down and talked with her, and this is prior to her, way prior to her moving from the left, making that video of her moving from the left, voting for Donald Trump and all that, right? So I was actually one of the people that was following her on Twitch. Okay, so I was following her on Twitch. She was just basically entertaining at that point. She wasn't talking about anything political, anything at that point. But what happened was she ended up talking about where she didn't agree with Ariel being recast as black. And when she made that statement, that's when she started getting hit from black people saying that she was anti-black, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, all that, right? So she got dogpiled on for that. Right. And then she ended up getting dogpiled on. I think after that, if memory serves me correctly, I could be wrong, but if memory serves me correctly, she was just, looking at some things, starting asking questions and started trying to understand things, because she used to be a part of Democrat. And when she made the decision to choose, and I'm making a long story short here because she can tell you way better, but when she decided to make that decision, that was something that she decided to talk about and she decided to do on her own volition. It wasn't because of there's money involved. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't, oh, well, there's money in going against, us as black people, black people talking bad about each other. There's money in that. No, it wasn't that. It was because of there's things that were going on within the black community that while I do agree that, yes, we have been, that there's stuff that goes on like slavery. There's, slavery that's happened to us, a lot of mental slavery that's happened to us. I do agree up until that point, but I also understand that there are certain things that we go into and that we perpetrate ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? There are certain things like for example, black on black violence and all that shit.
Wait. Before we get into the talking points because we can always go into the talking points. I want to
Fair
actually
enough.
address a point. One of the
Okay.
main criticisms I made, I think in the second video that I talked about, or I think I've only did 3 videos, is the fact that
I don't even know.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
even know how many.
I understand that. But the 3 videos, the second video specifically, I think the most recent one was the third video, was the fact that you didn't see the notoriety
I have a
change.
feeling you get beat up a lot in real life.
Shut up! You're a power!
Sorry about that.
Right.
Turn this
Anyway, I've got a...
No,
I
you
have a-
good. Trust me. I'm probably gonna have to deal with that myself. So handle that. You a streamer? Handle the alerts, man.
And thank you for subscribing. So one of my biggest problems is you didn't see the notoriety change until after. Well, this is why I left the left.
No, she had notoriety before then. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She had a following before then.
Wait. I
On
pulled up
Twitch,
I pulled up the Social Blade. I pulled up the Social Blade record from.
Okay.
I saw that she had a following. I am not doubting that at all. I saw that she had a following, but then it spiked when she released a video in late September, early October. Is that not correct?
Let me double check. I'm not exactly sure. So, like I said, me personally, I'm going off of. You're talking about her YouTube channel, right?
No, I'm talking about her Twitch channel.
No, her Twitch channel. She had a following way before then.
Really? When did it spike?
She had a following way before then. Like I said, you will probably have to ask her, and that goes into what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? That goes back into what I was saying before. That's why you have to. If you have a problem with somebody, I always believe in having a conversation, right?
This isn't high school. This is a public figure. I'm a public figure with all 570 people of my subscribers. I'm a public figure. What I say affects things. You're a public figure. That's the problem. You're a public figure. You have to understand what you say carries weight. If someone was to come into my community and start spouting bigoted things, I have to address them. You saw I have a Discord channel.
Okay.
If someone was to come in my Discord channel and it was something I didn't agree with or something I didn't actually address, and I was complete and I just let it go, it's almost an endorsement. The problem is the way I got introduced to Gothix was from the Ariel Scorsese video, whatever that chick name is, who uses her points to promote white supremacy.
And Aria who? What is Aria who?
It's here. I
me
forgot what this chick's name. She was a prominent person that was quote unquote on the left, but she was also someone who was transphobic and somebody who has white supremacist leanings. It made a big round. All the big leftists covered specifically Ariela's video using Gothix video.
So Ariella, like I said, give me type in the name in Discord and I'll search it. But
no, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, give it to me. I was gonna say, yeah, just drop it in the Discord. Drop the link in Discord. I can hit the link. It's no problem.
Give me 1 second.
So and that goes back. But my question is, because grifting, from what I'm looking at, is to engage in small or petty scale swindling or petty or small scale swindling. So my question is, how is Gothix swindling people by saying that Black Lives Matter is an issue or something? You know, saying all the stuff that she's talking about. So you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at.
So here's the thing, and I get what you're going for. I get the definition that you're going for. If you want to go to the semantics of the word, you're trying to say that she's lying, she's doing this, and I'm actually never says that she's lying. Actually, I don't care about the beliefs, but when you're pushing a narrative that's actively harmful, that's doing anything but just sharing all points of the matter, she is not the only creator that I have tagged with the grifter mindset. It's if you're pushing a narrative, either being it wildly hyperbolized or just out and out lying, and
Mhm.
your net result is to get fame and notoriety, yes, you're grifting. Again,
But that's not her point to
so
get fame and notoriety. Like if it happens, it happens. And that's one of the, like I said, that's one of the things where you have to sit and talk with people to understand. You can't just make videos about people and say,
why can't
"Oh, this
she's a
person."
public figure.
No. Wait, let me finish. You can't make videos about people and assume that they're grifting without getting actual information from them. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at.
So
You can make all the videos you want, but if you can't just slap a label on somebody and say somebody's racist, somebody's grifting, somebody's doing whatever without having some evidence to back it up.
wait,
You
did I
understand what I'm
tag
saying?
Gothix with the term of racist?
Okay, I see what I'm just using racist as an example. I'm just saying you cannot say those things without having
So
that. My point is you can't just sit up here and keep throwing those words out if that's not true. So I just got what you're saying, Ariel.
so
Hold on.
my question is this. My
No.
question is this. If I am specifically
Oh, I know who you're
offering
talking
my
about.
opinion about what's going on, if I'm specifically, because what I'm doing is just giving my opinion on a public figure, what's the problem? And it's not even that Gothix is the only creator I've tagged this with. I do people that's ostensibly on the left. Have you ever heard of a creator called Jimmy Dore?
Jimmy Dore, no.
Oh, yeah. Look into that. I tag him as a grifter as well. Because even if it's some points that I tentatively agree with, if you're pushing the narrative to be destructive and being wildly misleading to show specifically, hey, I'm better because I can speak about this. Ooh, look at me. Address me because I have the real truth. Give me your notoriety, give me your money, give me your fame. That's a problem.
Right, but my thing is, how is Gothix doing that when the videos that you're discussing, or the ones that you've reviewed, she's putting evidence, whether in video or in her description, if memory serves me correctly, that you can go look up for yourself. All she's giving is her opinion and say, look, you can check her, or you can say, hey, look, I don't agree with this, because I guarantee you there's stuff that I don't agree with Gothix either, but I'm not going to sit up here and say that she's a grifter. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, she's actually been looking for people who disagree with her, like yourself, to talk with, and that way they can have this
No, she's
discussion.
not looking
Nobody.
for. She's not looking for a
Yes,
person
she
like
is.
me. I'm telling
She
you,
is. She is.
I've
She's
offered.
looking for people.
I've
She's looking
offered.
for people.
I've offered a conversation because I got a DM from her. I actually said, "Hey, let's have a conversation live, not to gain any fame, but I don't want to be misrepresented." And you know what the response was? Well, you're just trying to grift on me. You're just trying to get clout on me.
Mm.
So when I say that, I don't mind having a conversation. Look, dude, I'm telling you this. The points that I've made would make in private or in public. I don't care. I don't need this as a notoriety thing. I come on the internet and I speak my mind about the shit that I see. Be it from
Okay.
people on the left wing, people on the right wing. Because it's about integrity to me. It's about standing up for what's right. And if I did not know this was going to be the Gothix Defense Hour, because that's not what I'm
No,
about.
that's not what I'm. That's not.
Because here's the thing.
That's not even the case. But
No,
what I'm
I'm not
telling you
saying that
is what.
I'm not saying that
But
to just mean your character. No, the fact is, every point, it's not as if I'm specifically targeting her. I lay this out as criticism about so many other people that I talk about. The Hodge twins. There is
which I
a
was gonna get into. I was gonna
there is
get
a
into that.
marked difference from their content that they used to make as comedians to what they make now. I talk about other people. It is
They
not
went
as
the
if
social commentary route. Yeah,
it's
the
not as
Hodge
if
twins went social commentary. Your Hodge twins went social commentary route. And I mean, some people went decide to go that route. Now, me personally, I prefer not to, unless it's under the guise of gaming, music, and I've made that announcement already because to my community, because I'm like, social commentary gets so much bullshit with it, but that's just my personal opinion. But my thing is, she is willing to have. It's not like I said. You can't sit up here and say somebody is grifting, and you're basically going off of your opinion. And when you're going off your opinion, but then you're not. But like I said, and when somebody looks at your stuff and they hear your stuff and they see that you're getting emotional, or they see that you're acting a certain type of way, and they're like, "No, I don't." It's also how you present it too.
Wait. This whole tag about being emotional. No, goddamn, stop with that bullshit. Because you're being emotional. No, everybody is being emotional, dude. And this is how much I mean. It's not it's insult. You got indignant about my comment. Indignation is an emotion. So for somebody to sit back and say, well, no, just be logical, that's a post hoc rationalization of saying, I don't like something, and let me figure out a way of trying to make it seem a little bit better than me just saying I don't like it. Come on now. We are adults. We know better than that.
Yeah, but also what I'm telling you is you also have to look at how you're putting out the content, right?
Yes, it's
and like I said, public figure or not, okay. And yes, everybody has the right to free speech, but for some reason, everybody wants to talk about free speech one way, right? If I were to make a video about Gothix, whatever, we're just going to use her since she's in the talks right now, right? If I make a video about Gothix and I say all of these things about her, disrespectful, and I just start throwing out stuff, right? It can be taken as slander. It can be taken as libel.
When is respect anywhere near the slander or libel laws?
I'm just saying, bro. Like, if you start defamation of character, and you start throwing stuff out there, because if you would, I'm telling you, you may look at me like I'm crazy, but you call somebody a grifter and you keep calling them a grifter, or you keep calling them pick-me's and stuff like that, somebody can take that as defamation of character or slanderous. Now, I really wouldn't give two shits, but it can be taken that way, because somebody can literally come, like you said in the community, somebody can come up in here and say, somebody can say the same thing about you being that type of person. So, and then guess what? You would have to rectify it, right?
My question is, when have I lied? Everything I'm doing is an opinion. When have I lied? If I've made a lie, and again, I sent this in the DM to Gothix, if I've lied or got a fact incorrect, please let me know and I will send a retraction.
Okay. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying, and I'm talking in general.
Is this trying to do like a chilling effect of me not doing videos again? Is it no, just don't talk about her? Like, come on, man.
What I'm saying is you have to if you're going to do videos like this, you cannot just jump to the conclusion of calling somebody a grifter without somebody coming at you to check you.
Hey, you know
that's what I'm saying. You know what? And you cannot call somebody
a video. If anybody I've done a video on wants to make a video on me, cool, I'll welcome it. I'll play it on my stream. I'll let them have their piece, and I would actually even review it. I don't care. Because here's the thing. If I am saying something that's false, other than opinion, then let me know. Because I don't mind going back and correcting anything if it is a incorrect fact.
So you can just say, so in other words, you still can say whatever you want because that's a public figure, and a public figure. So let me ask this question, because
that's not what I said. Listen to what I
okay,
said.
no. But wait. I'm gonna ask a question. So when it comes down to public figures, right? So with us being public figures, so you're basically under the guys that with public figures they can say or do anything to you,
That's not what I said.
right? So
man.
I'm
I wish
asking
you put
you.
away the straw man because that's not what I said.
I'm asking a question. That's not a straw man. It's a question. Not a straw man. I'm asking a question. So okay. So let me make it a better question then. So when you mention public figures, so how do you feel about like criticism? Excuse me, I can't talk of public figures. Like, so what does that mean to you? Like, how do you handle stuff like that? What do you believe? What are your thoughts on that?
As long as you're not lying on them, you can criticize somebody.
As long as you're not lying on them, you can criticize somebody.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if I were to say that you were a sellout, if I were to call you a sellout, just an example, I'm not saying that you are, right? If I were to call you such, and it's not true, so would I be in the wrong then?
Sell out for what? What am I selling out for?
I'm just saying, if you were to sell out just to get clout, get fame, get money, and all that, I'm just asking.
Sell out for what? To get clout and get fame? No,
that's what I'm saying.
Believe this. This is what I say in private and public.
Okay,
and
so
if somebody kept saying it, like, oh well, you think I'm a sellout? Cool, let's have this conversation.
Okay, so what makes you think? And this goes back to what kind of the question I was tapping on earlier. What makes you believe that Gothix is not the same as in public as she or private in public?
That's not.
Does that?
That's where have you said? Where have I said that she's lying about her beliefs? Please, if I've said that she's lying about her beliefs, let me know. Have I?
You've recently just said that's why you're going after it, because you believe that she's not thinking the same way.
No.
Okay, and to kind of go into the
no. That's not what I said.
Okay, then what did you say?
I said the reason why I attack her content is because she's using her content, be it true or not true, to a way of getting fame and notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've always said, man. It's not even the fact that it's not even that I'm specifically targeting her.
You're not. I'm not saying you specifically targeting her.
So I'm keep bringing this up. If you want to lay that criticism against all of the people that I bring up, cool. But again, like I've mentioned this before, if it's
that's leading into that. That's what I'm saying.
Then don't lead with that. Don't just.
I'm leading with Gothix because I'm leading with Gothix because that's where I came in on. That's what I came in on. You understand what I'm telling you? I came in on the video with Gothix, talking about Gothix. That's the one I commented on. Am I right or wrong?
That is the one that you commented on.
Okay. That's where I'm coming in on. And okay. That's where we're gonna hit. We're hitting on everything else. So now to go into our different belief set, because like I said, I do not believe that us as black people are oppressed. We're not. I'm sorry. It's 2021.
What is your definition of oppressed?
We are not under constant surveillance. We do not have to step out in fear. We do not have to step outside in fear of being shot.
We don't.
Or killed. Unless you live in a bad neighborhood. Now you might want to be careful. Now if
so what if
you live in Chicago?
Wait, stop. So what if you're Army lieutenant and you're just driving your new vehicle specifically with temp plates and you want to pull over specifically in a well-lit area, and the first thing cops do is try to spray you and pull you out just because you don't look like you should be having that car?
That's not. You're talking about specific. I'm not saying that's not racism.
That's not something that you should be fearful of.
But how often does that happen? Let's be real.
How often does it happen?
How often does it happen?
What about if you were a 73-year-old woman that the only thing you did was go 5 miles over the speed limit, and then the cops pull you out and dislocate your shoulder because you should have just stopped when you were supposed to, where she clearly just didn't hear them. See, the thing about it is,
when did that happen? When did any of that happen to you though?
so
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
oh my God.
what?
So unless
What
it specifically
are we?
happens to you, it's not real. I got a
That's
problem
not
with you.
where I'm getting.
It's
That's
something
not
called
that's not
object
what I'm getting
permanence.
at.
If it just
No,
because it
that's
doesn't
not
happen to
it.
you, doesn't mean that it
I'm
doesn't
not saying
happen.
it. I'm not saying it
That's
doesn't
the most
happen.
ridiculous thing that I've
But
ever
what I'm
heard.
saying, I'm asking, how often does that happen? How often does that happen?
It happens every
It's
day.
rarely.
I
No,
can
it does
pull
not. We do
up.
not get hunted. We do not get hunted every
So
day by the
is
police.
that your
We,
criticism?
if I
That it's
if
because
I were
not
to
a
sit
hunt?
outside,
Is
if I
that your
were to
criticism?
if
That
I were to
because you're
step
not
outside,
hunted?
if we would step out, if I were to step outside right now, so you mean to tell me if I step outside right now that I got police waiting for me outside because I am a black man? They are hunting black men right now on the streets.
Let me go ahead and get some more straw for that straw man. I never said that. But is that your criteria for oppression, being hunted? Is that your criteria?
We're not being hunted. We're not being constantly oppressed. No, it's not even that type of deal, bro. I'm sorry.
What is your criteria for being oppressed?
I'm gonna ask you first. What is yours?
No. You said that we're not being oppressed. What is your criteria for being oppressed? The illness on you because you have the evidence. I'm not asking you to disprove a negative. I'm asking you, what is your criteria?
My criteria of oppressed is basically sitting up here. When I think of oppressed, I'm thinking of being constantly watched over, constantly monitored. Okay, being told that I ain't shit, verbally or physical abuse. Okay, also, once again, racism. That's a different topic, but still, no, I don't believe that's what's happening to us as a people right now. We are not being actively oppressed or hunted.
So,
if anything, if I have to worry about anything, technically, I would have to worry more about my black neighbor than I would have to worry about a police officer. And
now,
that's fact.
That dog whistle was pretty loud. It's up to him.
That's not a dog whistle, bro. Because like I said,
black on black crime is 87%. Are you gonna say that? Is that something you're gonna say? When
no,
the white
on
white crime is 78%. Come on. Oh, no. The black on black crime is 93%, but the white on white crime is like 83%. So that's what you're gonna say? That you
but
fear,
at the same so I'm not even
so you fear your black neighbor. It's not because that this is somebody black that just wants to be black and attack you. You are victims of the crimes of the people that you live around. That's why when you see cases of abuse, be it child mode and above, it's usually not some stranger off the street. It's the people that's closest to you. For you to sit back and actually use a statistic without giving a full picture of what those crime statistics are, it shows how dishonest you are. The fact is,
how is that dishonesty? Because most of that is on. So what about gang violence then? So if we gonna pull back that, if we gonna talk about white on white crime too, we got to talk about gang violence. We got to talk about
what's the gang violence
let me see.
rate?
We got to talk about gang violence. We got to talk about all that shit because all of that has to do with us. What is?
So you're telling me that white people don't hurt other white people? Again,
I didn't say that.
So why are you bringing up?
I know what
black.
But we're talking about black people right now. But we're talking about black people right now. We are so worried about.
This is the problem.
We're so worried about what other races do.
This is the problem. But with people like you, you sit back and you want to carry water for racist people. Never mind the fact that the biggest determining factor for crime is poverty. It's poverty. It's not race. It's not any other factors. It's poverty. We know this. We have sociological studies speaking about this. But you want to sit back and say, oh, it's something wrong with the culture. Tell me this. What's wrong with black people culture? They're not getting married? Is that what you're going to say? when we
Nope,
have
that's-
studies that
it's
show
bad.
that black people and black fathers specifically spend more time with providing child rearing to their children than their white and Hispanic counterparts? Come on, man. We know what the dog whistles are. I'm not some
No.
weak little leftist that you think that you can just sit back and bully with all this. No, dude, I look at this stuff. I take the studies. I read the abstracts. This is not just, oh, I'm just mad because this person is just big. No, I study these facts.
That's good for you, and I study as well. And like
So
I said,
what
most
are
of it
your
is
facts? When have-
most of my thing is most of what I'm saying is we have a lack of self accountability, and for some reason when I bring up we have to be accountable for ourselves instead of us worrying about the white man trying to oppress us, quote unquote, or bring us down.
So when have you seen
We
a
have
video-
to-
wait. When have you seen a
We
video
have to.
speaking about when I say that the white man is keeping us down? When have you seen a video from me?
I'm not talking
So
about just. I'm not
address
talking about
my
you.
conversation.
I'm talking in general. And
Address
to
my
believe this.
conversation.
Oh, but I'm saying address my conversation of what is a grifter.
Oh, and
because-
I told you 3 times. Can you not remember?
I can remember, but that's not. But how are you gonna sit up here and call somebody a grifter when they're not even? That's not even the case. You can't.
Case
You can go
according to what?
straight to the.
A case according
That's-
to what? What am I using the criteria for a grifter? Here, I've told you 3 times. What did I say?
Hold on. Gotta get back. We haven't got to that part. But yeah. But no, we good. We good. Like I said, my thing, that's my thing. Like I said, what I'm getting at, because we haven't even got to the part where black people attacking Asians either. But that's another thing too. So I guess.
So again,
but
the
I said-
dog whistle. So it's just
That's
black
how
people
is that a dog?
attacking-
You
it's
see,
just
well,
black people
no.
attacking Asians?
It's not a how is
Is
it?
it
But
just
like I
black
said, how
people
is that a
attacking
dog
Asians?
whistle? So what is a dog? So a dog whistle. So you saying so we're covering for racist by self accountability. I'm at the point where we're over here talking about self accountability is a
Hey,
dog
why
whistle
did you
or
just say
covering for
that
racism.
black people attacking Asians? Why would you?
Because it
specifically-
has. Because
so
there
is
were
it just black people
pri-
that's attacking
No,
Asians?
it is not just
So
black
why
people.
point it
But
out?
before, because it is important to bring it up. Because it's a
look at black
portion.
people are so
It is
violent.
No, it is not. It's because if we're going to talk about stop Asian hate, you know what is okay. So when did you remember when stop Asian hate was a thing? You remember how that came about,
And
right?
the fact that that Asian
how did
people
that came about?
Still are getting attacked, are still having that violence visited upon them. The fact that somebody passed a toothless law that was not needed because we actually have hate crime laws that should have been enforced. We don't even have a lynching law. The fact is
that came about. No, I'm gonna tell you that came about because a guy that was white passing, okay, quote unquote white passing, killed. Remember that incident where that guy killed 6? I think it was 6 Asians. I think it was 8 people. 6 Asians.
Oh yeah, I covered
6
it
of
on
them
my
were
channel.
Asian.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. He wasn't white. He was was he Middle Eastern? I think he was Middle Eastern, if memory serves me correctly, right? He was Middle Eastern.
But he was a religious Christian zealot. That's what he was.
Okay. But either way, prior to that, there were several videos appearing coming up on my Twitter timeline of black men attacking elderly Asian people.
So, do you want to actually go to Anecdote Andy where, oh yeah, in my timeline I saw a video
this
where
is
no. So,
this ain't
no.
But we're talking about that's not anecdote. That's real shit.
Guy coming
and matter of fact,
no. See,
and there was
this is
another
what I'm
one.
talking
There's
about.
videos. We're talking about videos.
This is a video. Wait.
These are videos are talking about people of us. Black people, us beating up on Asians, bro.
So
The same people.
Wait, stop. Because here you go with the anecdotes. I can do an
That's not
anecdote
an anecdote.
too. What is an anecdote?
It's not anecdote.
What is an anecdote?
It's not a story. It's not a story. That's real shit.
Story about what
that's not a personal story. That's not a personal story. That's a real shit.
It was on your timeline and you saw it. Again, I can do that same anecdote. Oh, it was a video of this white guy that tried to beat a elderly Asian woman, and she picked up a stick and beat the shit out of him. I can do that too. You can go to where, I was watching a video of a convenience store and it was a group of these white kids that were beating up Asian people. I can do that too. That's an anecdote.
It's not anecdote. Okay, so what about, okay, so guess what?
Yours?
Well, wait, okay, I'll do you one better. Two black girls that took the Lyft, no, not Uber Eats driver's car. Now that was news.
Okay. Draw to reverse too. Man, most of the serial killers are white men.
We're not talking about serial killers. That has nothing to do with this.
Wait. All of the domestic terrorists in 2018 were white men. Does that work for you?
That's not even what we're going at.
But no, that's what you're doing, man.
That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing.
What are you
I'm
doing?
saying where's the self? I'm saying is where's the self accountability at?
The self accountability.
Where is it? How is it self account? And how is it that it's a dog whistle when I bring up self accountability? When I say that I'm not oppressed. When I don't believe that we're being hunted by the police every fucking day. You feel me? Those aren't dogs. Those aren't dogs.
Stop. Do black and white people smoke marijuana at the same rate?
Oh, let me guess. So let me guess. Because if a black person gets caught with it, he gets the worse sentence. Am I correct in that?
What is the worst sentence?
He gets a longer sentence, he gets a tougher sentence. About 2 to 3 times more than a supposed white man. Is that where you're going at?
Okay. So what's wrong with that data? What's wrong with that data?
Man, it's like that's what I'm getting at. So how is that a dog whistle? How is talking about self accountability?
When you specifically say, well, it's a black people problem, and don't address that it happens across the board for everybody, the only thing you point out is a black people problem, that leads me to you're giving cover for racists.
But we're not. I don't cover for no race. I don't cover for no race.
Can a racist use your words that you say?
A racist can use your words as well. A racist can do whatever the fuck they want to.
I would actually attack them on that point, just like I'm attacking you,
and just like I'm attacking you as well. What I'm saying is the fact that we're talking about. I'm not worried about outside forces because we've been conditioned to believe that it's always some outside force. That's keeping us back.
You know what? You are right. What do you think? I think the outside force is keeping us back.
We've been talking about outside forces.
Stop.
No. Let me finish my statement because I'm talking. Let me finish my statement.
Okay.
Outside forces, right? Outside, whether it's white people, whether it's whatever we've been told growing up, right? It's the man, white man, whatever it's been told, whatever your version has been told to you, okay? Because we've been told that it's whatever outside sources. That because you're black, you're going to have it tougher. That because you're black, and in my case, I've heard black men, because you're black and men, that's 2 strikes. Okay? That's what I've been told.
Okay, that's what you've been told.
For the longest time,
Okay. Look.
But in the general way, but when I said is, but when I look at that, and I realize that no, it's not other people. Most of it is not even other people. It's me. It's what I need to do. So when I talk about self accountability, grabbing yourself up by the bootstraps or whatever, it's a dog whistle. And I'm covering for racists. That's where I disagree at, and I don't like that. And that's what I tell anybody that comes with my content, that when we talk about stuff, especially when we get into contents like, talk about this, it's about what can I do, or how does this affect me or personally? You know what I'm saying? So what do we do?
All right, cool.
And okay, when we talk about black people,
wait,
when
stop.
we're talking about black people, stop. No,
Because
no,
you're
no,
bitch
because when we
galloping.
talk about black people, no, and when we're talking about black people, okay, we're talking about black community stuff. Do we not talk about, why are we talking about what other races are doing when we should be focusing on our own community? That's
You know
all
what?
I'm saying.
The sad part about it is you are so close to an understanding of what my content is. It's fucking frightening. It is fucking frightening. The fact of the matter is, do you know what I blame for most of the systematic issues that we're having? Do you know?
I don't. But you're free to tell me.
Cool.
You're free to tell me. Go ahead, tell me. That's why we're having this discussion.
Capitalism.
Mm-mm.
I blame You just went for 5 years on the topic.
I disagree. I was just saying I disagree, but go ahead.
The fact of the matter is that I say, and I've actually made videos about the Hotep, about the black separatist bullshit that you hear from a lot of people. Hey, let's work together. Let's not forget the past harms that we've had, but let's work to heal that and make sure that we work together to make sure everybody have a standard of living which is helpful for us. The fact of the matter is, people use racism as a way of enforcing classism, and classism is enforcing racism. You state that, you're from Chicago, so you live in a dangerous area. I'm from Chicago. We had motherfuckers like Fred Hampton. You know who Fred Hampton was?
If I refresh my memory, go ahead. Refresh my memory.
He was somebody,
I kind of.
He was somebody from the Black Panthers. His whole thing was, even though these people that I may have disagreements, things we've hurt each other in the past, let's work together to make sure that we help people. Let's work together to make sure that no child goes to school hungry. And they started a program for free breakfast for kids all over the city, be it black, be it white.
Which led into the WIC program.
You're right. It led into the WIC program. But
yes,
it was a way. It was a way to say, like, stop with the petty divisions. Stop with this. Because what ends up happening is it's easy to fuck us over when we stop saying, oh yeah, well, the black man that I hate here as a white man, and the white man I hate as a black man. I don't hold that position. What I hold is a fucking hatred of the rich elites. That's what I hold. And the fact is, when I see people carrying water, not only for races, but to make sure there's a division to say, like, it's black people. You need to pull yourself up by the bootstrap. Tell me how you're going to pull yourself up from the bootstraps when you're still living with the issues from a lot of the northern cities, from redlining. We still are living with the issues where it's a determining factor in life, which tells you if you're going to move from one class to the next. Isn't your race, isn't your age, it's of what fucking zip code that you were born in. And that's based on a history of redlining. So no, I have never said that there is some specific magical white man up in the sky that's keeping people down. My critique has been always about the fact that capitalists use racism to fucking harm people, and the people that's promoting that is a problem. And the people that's saying that, black people, you should just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Tell me, pulling yourself by the bootstraps, when you mention that, you always hear exceptions, never the rule. What, 200, 300, 3,000 millionaires that are black out of 13 million? Or 16 or 30 million? You hear exceptions. You never hear the rule. And that goes not just for black people, for white people too. So miss me with that. Oh, you just want to say it's a white man that's keeping us down? No. Motherfucker, it's capitalism. And again, to point Fred Hampton, you don't beat white capitalism with black people, with black capitalism. You beat it with socialism.
If socialism was a key, and this is where I disagree, because I don't agree that socialism is a key. I don't.
What is your
I
definition of
don't.
what do you think socialism is?
Because if socialism was the key, there wouldn't be people from socialist countries coming over here.
What do you think socialism is? Because if you're going to point to totalitarian governments, I'm fucking with you. I fucking hate totalitarian governments. But
That's part of.
have you asked me what
But go ahead.
socialism is? Do you
I
think
was
that
about. I'm about to. Can
go
I
ahead.
get
Great.
there?
Great.
I was going to get there. So I was saying, if your idea and my idea of socialism is the same, then we kind of disagree here. So, but let me get there. So, what is your view of socialism?
Worker owned means of production.
Worker owns means of production.
Democracy in the workplace. A
Okay.
representative government where we don't have to worry about politicians having to worry about the next election based off of campaign financing. I am not one of those idiots that
Wait, what about the
the
financing part? You was kind of breaking up a little bit. I'm sorry. You were saying what about financing? I'm sorry.
When we take money out of politics, where we actually take private funding out of politics and make it public. I am not one of those crazy Marxist Leninists, these tanky motherfuckers who sit back and want the state to run everything. Fuck no. Fuck that. And those are the motherfuckers that think if the state runs everything, then I'm going to be on top. No, I am not that. Again, to parrot MLK, you know, the people that like good little racists actually try to say like, oh, he was a Republican. No, he was a socialist. Right now on my channel, I have a video of him talking about the drum major incidents where he literally tells a story about how he was being beat and how he's being jailed in Birmingham. And the first thing, and he was making conversation with the people that were jailing him. You know what he did? He asked one of them, hey, what are you making? The guy told him. He was like, dude, you should be on our side. Your kids are going to the same fucked up ass schools. You are dealing with the same oppressive ass life. Be on our side, because what we want to do is not just make life better for black folks. We want to make life better for everybody.
Fair enough. And I can agree with that. And that was one of the things with MLK that I definitely agree with, to make life better for everybody.
But one of the problems is, and we saw the history of it, and this is why I have a problem with the black people need to pull up their bootstraps. Bullshit. Because one, it came out of a history of redlining. Two, when the Supreme Court in the 1970s, like around 1978 to the early 1980s, what they allowed for unlimited money in politics, what you see with the whole People's United or People's United, that was just the end of it. It started from that Supreme Court ruling in 1978, if I believe, where money interests were able to give to politicians, when they were actually able to say like, oh yeah, no, give money, no, cool, unlimited money, cool. What happened was, and you see it in what fucking happened with the Rust Belt. The reason why we're the Rust Belt now is because the jobs, the steel mill moved from our area to the fucking South, and that hollowed out cities. So you see cities like Detroit, you see all those cities like Pittsburgh, you see where people moved to the Great Migration, and because you saw all of this other good shit, which I never say, oh yeah, the white man did it to us. No, it was moneyed interests that did it to it. They moved the facilities back to the South, and then they moved them to Mexico, and then they moved them out of the fucking country. This has always been. Now, it's convenient to tell a narrative that, oh yeah, in the 80s, you know, black people, they just started going crazy and they started doing drugs. Never mind the fact that we had racist ass drug policies where, you know, powder cocaine carried a lighter sentence than crack cocaine. And
I remember hearing about that.
And we have Nixon orchestrating the Southern strategy. We have that with Nixon, that he is saying, well, you know, we're going to get the racist white people to vote for us. And that's why you saw the party flip the way that it was. It was already going up because of what LBJ did. And then you have Ronald Reagan. Oh, the great savior, Ronald Wilson Reagan, started his campaign for the primary in Philadelphia, Mississippi. where, surprise, surprise, it was steps away from 3 fucking voting goddamn activists were killed. So when you say that, hey, black people need to just bootstraps, it's not going to happen with the current system that we have, Chief. Yes, you can make individual choices. I make individual choices. I get up every day and go to work in a motherfucking job for 10 hours a day so I can make sure I'm doing something in my life. I do fucking YouTube, which I hope to make some money off of it. I'm naked with that. But I also work on my art. I also go to fucking art conventions so I can actually get my art creativity things out there. But if I can't get a loan for the things that I need to get, a business loan, even though I'm doing everything else, where's my bootstraps?
Are you asking? Or are you?
No, I'm
are you
finished. I was going on
trying
too
to?
long, but go ahead.
No, I know what you mean. No, okay. So, but my thing is this, right? And you remind me. This is why I say, and this is where we fundamentally disagree. And I figure out where we fundamentally disagree, because while I understand that there have been systems in place that have fucked us over,
When did those systems
right?
end, though, man? I wanted you to tell
There
me
are
when did those systems
there
end?
are systems in place that have fucked us over. I get it. Redlining. I trust me. I've heard the term before, and I remember looking into it, but I don't remember the full my full research right now. So I'm not going to talk too much onto that, right? I bring that up because I want to acknowledge the fact that I understand where you're coming from. You feel me? So my point is, with all that bullshit, right? To me, that has little to do with me, because as you can see, my channel, I do music, I do gaming, I do graphics, right?
And you know what? I
I
respect you for creating it. And you know what? I will give you this. Some of the shit that I do are from my personal taste, and if
Yeah,
people like it, they like it. But
yeah,
when it comes down to it, again, it's my not political state, but it's my statement of goal. I'm not gonna do
yeah,
something that I don't like. I'm not gonna create something that I don't like. I mentioned anime. And I'm sorry for
yeah.
interrupting you, but if I haven't watched the anime, if I don't like an anime, I'm not gonna work on art for it. And it's just because that's something I'm not gonna do. But go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. But my point is, I take my skills, and whatever skills that I have, right? I've grown. I've done this since what, 20? How long have I had my channel for? Over 10 years. God damn. I've had my channel for a while. All right. What I did was I decided in my mind and said, look, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. I want to make money from my content. I want to do this. And I didn't, to be honest, when I first started, I had little knowledge of doing this. The only knowledge I had was music, pretty much. That's it. But even then, what I done is I took the time to learn. This is what I mean by bootstraps, is taking what you can and learning, because YouTube now is at a place to where there's shit that you can learn for any damn thing. Okay, there's a whole bunch of shit. YouTube is a plethora of information, from drawing tutorials to talking about the redlining and everything in between. You feel me? So when I say pull yourself up by the bootstraps, I mean taking the time to have that self accountability, that to use what's out there. And this is the beauty of capitalism for me, because with capitalism, you can have a plethora of knowledge out there. You can have a plethora of different things of different tastes. How many times have we seen orange soda with a different label on the shit? You feel me? That's
There's a
what
wait. There's a difference between markets and the system of capitalism. There's a difference. Markets have always existed before capitalism existed. Markets is the exchange of goods and services for some sort of money. That's the difference. Capitalism is the private ownership, not personal ownership, the private ownership of the means of production. In other words, when you go to work, you bring the value. You may bring a value of, if your employer paid you $30, that means you're at least making him $70 to $100. That's exploitation. And that's the fundamental problem with capitalism. And the fact that we went from, not only did we go from capitalism, but we have corporatism, which has a fucking Oedipus complex where, it was capitalism and it was democracy. And the fact that, corporatism came in and killed capitalism, and now it's fucking democracy.
So, but what does it have to do with doing your thing? Because, like I said, in most of these other systems, you can't do what you do in other countries. Like if we were to go to another country right now, if we were to live in another country that has, let's say, we'll just say, matter of fact, well, I think this is kind of an extreme example, but we'll go with it. North Korea.
Do you know what a totalitarian government is different from socialism?
Yes, I know. I understand that.
Things are not synonymous. And
but they have. So but what I'm saying is they have.
Wait, if you want to do that, if you want to make those comparisons, do you know the difference between a fascist government and the system of government that we have now? I can make those comparisons with an effective way, not to the extent of Germany or Italy in the 1940s, but I can make that an effective way. I can make an effective argument that we're living in a pre-fascist government.
So we're living in a pre-fascist government because
what?
Go ahead. No, I'm asking. So I'm asking. So so what makes you think that we're living in a pre-fascist government?
So hold on one moment.
I'm just asking.
No, and I get it.
No, because what I'm asking, and the reason why I'm asking is because, and to kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier, like it's possible to do. Like if you put in the work, Ron, you do this. It is possible for anybody to do.
So you ask me a question about what the points of fascism, right?
Yes, the pre-fascism. Yes, okay. Go ahead.
So, do we have a sense of nationalism?
Nationalism in the sense of country first?
Yeah, country first.
America first. Yeah. Country first? Okay, yeah.
Like a powerful, continuing sense of nationalism.
I wouldn't say it's, depending on who you talk to, I wouldn't say it's powerful.
If you were to compare what happens in America to the way we see other countries, do we have a sense of nationalism? A powerful sense of nationalism.
I mean, I don't see it, but yeah.
Do we have a disdain for human rights?
A disdain for human rights? Yeah. No.
So we haven't seen any problems with human rights that we've actually enforced or not addressed.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand what you were asking. Okay, I thought you meant disdain for human rights as in we don't want human rights. My bad. I misunderstood. I misunderstood.
And again, this is degrees. I'm not saying, I'm giving you the full list of fascism. But have we just like not cared about human rights even in the recent past? Say 10 years.
Have we not cared about people's rights or
human rights?
Not cared about human rights, like like we don't want human rights,
or we don't respect people's human rights,
or we don't. Mm-hmm. We don't respect human rights. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that, but continue. Okay, so what's the other checklist?
Wait. So how much news do you pay attention to? Do you pay just the local news, national news, global news?
Really, to be honest with you, as of recently, I don't listen to a lot of news. Really, as of right now, I stopped. I tuned out about a year and a half ago. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Do we identify enemies as a unifying cause? Do we just say there's our enemy so we can unite around it?
I mean, you can say that about anybody. To be fair, you can say that about any country. Any country, you can say that about any country. To be fair, ask other people. If you look at other people when they talk about America, they'll say the same. They'll say something. They'll call us enemies. That, especially in the Middle East, that same logic can apply.
Do we have a supremacy of the military? Do we just like try to always respect the troops? Not respect the troops once they come home and they need help, but just like, oh yeah, the military are just so great.
Do we? Okay, yeah, I guess.
Is it rampant sexism?
Define rampant sexism.
Does it happen a lot around everywhere? Not all the time with every specific woman, because I want to make sure I'm specific to it. But it's rampant sexism where it is people are put down because of their gender.
And we're talking about are we talking both ways, or are we talking just men?
Hey, it can be both ways too. Is it rampant sexism?
Wouldn't say it's rampant sexism, but there is sexism.
So
you're
saying, here's one for you. Are a lot of people controlled by mass media?
That's agreeable.
Is it an obsession with national security?
Depending on who you talk to.
Oh. Is that a yes or no?
Depending on who you talk to, yeah.
To you, do you see an obsession of national security?
No, I don't.
So what's our biggest budget? What's our biggest budget item for the U.S.?
If you were to talk about, I think, was it national security? I don't remember, but I think it was national security. I think.
So
either national security, or you talking about for the whole country? Yeah, that's right. You did say U.S. Duh. Okay, yeah. But I do have, after this, I do have a question. But go ahead, continue.
Is there an interweaving or an interlacing of religion and government?
I mean, I don't really care, but okay. I mean, because I'm not understanding what does this have to do with calling YouTubers.
You address a fact that you want to address a point about other countries and how they're wrong, and specifically how how you want to address how if you because it was coming, and I know it's coming. If you don't like to hear, why don't you just leave?
That exactly. So my thing is, okay, since you know what I'm about to say, because that goes back to what I was saying. Two things I was saying.
This is my country, and the fact is, I was born here, and I'm gonna fucking make it better. That's why I'm gonna leave. That's why I'm not gonna leave. This is fair. My country. I'm gonna get the racists out of my country. I'm gonna make sure that they change their fucking beliefs. So,
but that's fine, and that's understandable. But here's the problem, right? Here's a fundamental problem. Okay, you're not gonna be able to stop racism. Okay, that's the reality.
Don't be able to stop me.
Okay, somebody somewhere is gonna have some basic belief of racism. Now we can slow it down. That's for sure. We can minimize. I believe that. Can we minimize? Sure. But there's always going to be somebody somewhere. And this is why, me personally, when I was talking about this stuff, that I don't, when it comes down to these leftists and stuff like that, that they're just some of the biggest racists ever, because they're talking about, we want to get rid of racism.
How is a leftist the biggest racism? Biggest racist? How? Please tell me how. Because if you want to actually say the woke scolds, fuck, brother, I'm with you. For somebody to just
that's what I'm talking about. The woke.
If you want to just tag somebody as like, it's racist, they're just lost. Like, no. You know what I want to do? I want to have those people sit down and have a conversation with me so I can fucking change their mind. This is not some Tucker Carlson fever nightmare dream of, oh, they just want to get rid of you because you're right. No, no one is saying that. It's just like the critique about critical race theory. First of all, no one wants to teach anybody who knows what critical race theory is. No one wants to teach that to elementary school kids. No one wants to teach that to high school kids. That is a college level course. What people are misrepresenting on both sides is the fact that people just want to teach history. People just want to teach history. People just want to tell about the bloody summer of 1919 and 1920 or whatever it was, where you saw so many riots against black people over the course of that summer. People want to mention the fact that there is redlining. People want to mention the fact that the 1992 crime bill, which the great Joseph Robinette Biden championed, and fuck him for that, is a fucking problem. People want to mention that. No one wants to sit back and say, oh, like, look, check it out. I don't know how old you are. I'm 39. I'm right on the edge of being a millennial. But I deal with a lot of Gen Z people. And you know, it fucking hurts my heart when I have to sit back and tell them that, hey, when you do blatant racism, you're just as bad as the white people that you complain about. That's my problem. I have never, ever accused somebody of being a reverse racism. I've been accused people of saying bigoted shit. And yes, there are people that do racist shit. But when it comes to like the black creators, my biggest tag is they say shit that gives cover to racists.
Okay. But that's, like I said, so telling people, okay, so that goes back to what I was asking. So telling people a different thing than what you would expect them to tell them to, or talk about, how does that make people like myself a grifter? Because I'm not swindling nobody.
So
I'm not swindling you. I mean, even if we are, like, what I'm telling people, and this is personally, what I tell people is I encourage them to do what they can to be better. You understand?
So here's the thing. And in my definition, and maybe and again, maybe I'm not explaining this to you. Have I said anywhere that someone is being deceptive?
But that's part of what grifting. That's part of what grifting is being deceptive. That's what I'm saying.
So give me a good term for it then. Give me a good term
if grifting is literally, I'm looking at the definition right now because I double checked it to make sure. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm asking you to give me a good term for people that don't present all of the facts, that present the facts one-sided or limited in a way that they play to an audience. Because again, as I mentioned before, it's not just that I tag Gothix with this. I tag a whole slew of creators. So please tell me.
But what I'm saying, hold on,
for someone who plays to an audience without giving all of the facts, that uses it for notoriety and monetary gain, what term would you use? And I will stand corrected on that term.
But my question is, what I'm saying is, what if that person is providing facts? They're giving their stance on this, but they give
half the facts, a quarter, enough to put their point to say that, this is the conclusion that you should actually have,
or just to give the link to the article. For example, say I'm covering a news story, right? Or I'm like gaming, since we're going to talk gaming. If I talk a gaming news story, right, and I put I give my idea, say, for example, E3. I don't know if you heard anything about E3 this past weekend. If you're not, okay, cool. So
I know what E3 is. Thank you for shining that light on me, Grand High Pooh. I know what E3 is. I've been watching E3 since it was on G4. Like, I think I know what E3 is.
All right, fair enough. All right. What I'm saying last weekend's E3, for example, when they did the Take-Two Interactive, that whole E3, it was garbage. Okay, and if I were to make that video and, you know, cut up some things and say, hey, look, this is what I thought, this is what I feel, this is where they fucked up at, and I gave the link in the description for everybody to watch the full thing. You feel me?
So
That's not being a grifter. That's just me giving my thoughts on this, on their video, and saying, this is what I believe that they're saying, this is what I believe, this is what I don't agree with. Here's the video in the description for you to check out for yourself. And which honestly Take-Two did a very bad job with
everybody in
their
E3 did a bad job. However,
except for Nintendo. Nintendo saved E3. But I'm just saying that particular E3 where they was talking about that diversity inclusion BS.
Remember I say that fuck capitalism. The fact that you are hiding content gated behind a $30 fucking amiibo, or better yet, allowing for scalping of fucking games as soon as it comes out on the market. Yeah, fuck capitalism.
Okay. So, but where does that go in with me being, or if I was being
an aside. I'm sorry. I was making.
No. Yeah, I know what you mean. I get where you're coming at. Like I said, yeah, the bots suck. Okay, grifter. I mean, not grifter. Yeah, well, that is actually technically those bots are grifting. Actually, now that I think about it, if we want to be technical, those people that are scalpers, scalpers that are scalping, that's grifting. In a way, that's swindling.
But the thing about it is, I wouldn't use that as a definition of grifting. I would use that as exploitative.
But that's swindling. But that's swindling. You're taking the PS5 and a new Xbox, and you're doubling the price for no reason, mind you. To make that clear.
Okay, my man. I'm asking a question, and then we can actually set it up and send it to Urban Dictionary. What term will we use specifically for people that give half the information, or excuse me, not even half, but not the complete information, to set a narrative that they are using to get money or fame from? What term would we use?
I mean, I get where you're going at with grifting, but I mean, that would be acceptable. But I'm saying, if that's not the case, you think that's the case. So if you don't talk to them,
I'm asking.
Grifting would be the term. Grifting would be the term. That is the answer. Grifting would be the term.
In the definition that I gave you, did I say anything about did I say anything about lying?
But that's if you're not giving the full information, what else is it? So, it's lying. So you're swindling. But how are you going to call somebody a liar? But how are you going to call somebody a liar? But how are you going to call somebody a liar when they give you, like I said, they give you the stuff, and they also open the floor for you. They say, if you have any, as with any YouTuber, and you've heard this from any YouTuber, whether they're big or small, what is a line that we always say? If you got anything you want to add, or you have any questions, leave it in the comment below, or come hit me up at X, Y, and Z. Am I correct or not?
Hey, you know what I did? I made a video. I put it out there public. I didn't have it kept behind some wall or paywall. I put it out there public. This is the points that I have. And again, I'm asking you for the fourth time now, what do you call somebody who doesn't give the complete amount of information, but is only doing it for a narrative to even to get fame or fortune? What do you call somebody?
And that's a loaded question, because I'm telling you, what you're trying to tell me is that these people, you're assuming that the people that you've talked about, you're considering the people, because this is considering the people that you talked about, and we're not, once again, not just talking about Gothix. You're assuming Gothix, Hodge twins, who else? Kevin Samuels, And I'm just going off the top. Matter of fact, let me quit playing.
Notice you only bringing up the black creators while I've actually used it for
Hold
certain
on,
other
hold
creators.
on, wait. I said let me quit playing, and I'm going through your channel. Did I not say that? That's what I said. So chill out, okay? But you're looking at your popular ones. What are your popular ones? Hodge twins. See. Let's look at your popular ones here. Popular ones. You got Hodge twins, Terrence Williams, Hodge twins again. The Clownfish TV, which I'm not sure what they are.
It sounds like you're the one who focusing most on race, my friend.
I'm not focused on race.
I'm
looking at your popular. I'm looking at your. I just looked at popular.
What's popular isn't the fact that I actually put out 2 videos a day, my man. I do a live stream Monday through fucking Friday now when I do at least 3 videos. It is not somewhere that I actually put out, oh yeah, this is going to be popular. I put the name of everybody that I talk about in the video if they're a public figure. So please tell me, how is it that I am...
By that definition, by that, then wouldn't you be grifting as well?
If you want to tag me at that, sure. Go ahead, whatever.
So, I mean, how can you, but that's my thing. It's like, how are you going to call somebody a grifter when they're not even, you're literally tagging these people, talking about,
I love the what about
they're making their own content and you're tagging. That's not a whataboutism. It's facts. It's not a what about. It's facts. Because you're literally
honest about the
talking
information that they're doing.
About you're tagging these people.
No. By the definition that I gave you, where am I not giving their full videos, their full unedited videos that I'm just responding to? Where am I doing that?
So the other Gothix video that you just did, did you do that one all the way?
No, I didn't. I stopped, and I let people know I stopped at this video. I stopped right here. So again, where am I?
By your own definition, you basically you gave only a part of that video. So
when did I say anything about the other parts of the video? When did I leave the narrative about more of the video that I did not watch? When did I do that?
That's not what I'm saying. But you literally just said you went through the whole. You just asked me. But you literally just asked me. You said you just said.
I'm bringing
and this is a fact
for you. And
you just said I'm looking through everybody's video.
Okay.
And you just said you stopped at somewhere through a Gothix video.
In that video, wait. In that video, did I mention that I'm going to stop right here because I can't watch the rest of it?
Yes, you did.
Wow. So it's almost as I'm saying that, hey, this is as far as I made it in the video, and this is my commentary specifically about this point.
That's what I'm saying. But so how is that calling somebody a grifter though? Because you don't agree with, and they're hiding behind. You're thinking that these people are hiding behind the paywalls and stuff like that. They're hiding behind.
I say anything about hiding anything about behind a paywall in relationship. I mentioned paywall, and it's almost as if you're not listening to the exact words I'm saying. You're looking to respond. What did I say about my definition of a grifter? What did I say?
And what did I say about your content?
You're not
listening.
Exactly my point.
You're not listening. You're not listening to your own stuff. Like by your own definition, you would be the grifter.
How am I being a grifter?
By your own definition, you would literally be being a grifter.
How?
And then you're asking people.
No. Stop being
and then not to no.
Stop being vague and tell me the exact
then you're going to sit up here and have people pay Patreon, PayPal, people to support you. So how can you get mad at other people? This is my question. How are you going to get mad at other people making content and making money off your content? Because this is what it boils down to me. All right, and I got to be honest
definition? Please
okay,
tell me what's my
I got it, and I have to be real here because I've looked at this. By your own definition, not only you are a grifter,
what is my definition?
It seems like you are sitting up here.
What is my
definition?
It is
like not only are you a grifter, but it's like it seems like you're jealous.
What is my definition of grifting?
It seems like You're
What
being
is my
jealous.
definition? Can you tell me
But
what
it
my
seems
definition
like you're
is?
being jealous of these content creators, bro.
What
Like
is
that's what I'm getting at.
what is my definition of grifting?
That's what I'm getting at. And
What
you're
is
not
my?
like you
You're
talk about
not
me not
hearing me.
listening,
Are you
but
not
you're not
listening?
listening to what I'm telling you.
What
You're
is
not
my
listening to what I'm
definition
telling
so
you.
I can see by what you're saying if it fits my
You know the
criteria or not?
definition, and you know the definition.
So what is
You
it?
already you've mentioned it
What
already.
is it?
You already know it.
What is
You
it?
already know
I
it, and
gave
you
it to
already
you
know
4
it.
times. What is my definition?
I'm not one of these kids. You talk to your little Gen Z kids that you talk to. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not playing with you, bro.
And you're
Like
acting like a
I
fucking
said, no,
14-year-old
I'm
brat.
not.
Now,
and you're
exactly what
acting
is a
like a jealous,
definition?
and you acting like a jealous bitch. Now quit playing.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there.
I'm saying
We're gonna go
the
there.
only thing,
You're sitting up here and
the
sucking out your
highest
teeth
thing.
and playing.
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
please defend me, please, my dom mommy. You're sitting up here and
No,
acting as if you're playing the Gothix Defense Force. How much
I
is
am
she
not.
paying you? How
Because
much is
if
she paying
look,
you? Is she
she
paying
don't
you in
pay
money
me
or in
nothing.
notoriety? Are you gonna
I've
sit
been
back and say, "Get it?
look.
Yay!
Nobody. If she
LG
don't,
got
I
it.
did this.
LG
Look, if
attacked
she
this
don't
person
even
and I was
pay
too
me,
scared for it.
she don't. No, she
LG
ain't scared. She wasn't
LG
scared of you.
addressed
She
it.
said, if anything, she was talking about. If anything, she was probably going to talk about handling you. That's why I said. Now here's the problem. Like I said,
So you
I
gonna
don't
handle me
care
first,
what
huh?
I say.
You gonna handle me
What I
first,
say
huh?
is what I
You gonna
say,
handle me
regardless.
first, huh?
What I say is what I say,
Great to admit
regardless.
that. Great to
No,
admit that.
no,
You gonna handle
no,
me
I'm not.
first, huh?
Like I said,
Come
what
on,
I say
come on.
is what I
What
say,
is my
regardless.
definition of grifting? Please explain it to me.
Gothix don't pay nobody off. Gothix ain't paying me to say this. What I'm saying, I'm standing because
But
this
you
ain't
did
right.
talk to her
Period.
about it. You did talk to her about it, huh?
I
You talked to
asked
her
her.
about it.
I asked.
So you're doing this on behalf of Gothix.
I'm doing this on my own volition.
You know
Period.
what? Thank you for your hour of Gothix Defense Force. Goodbye. Wow. Wow. The Gothix Defense Force strikes again. Wow. Wow. The Gothix Defense Force strikes again. So. Hey, Vegeta, are you in chat? Dude, come on in. I'm gonna go to stream chat. Let's see. Wow, this is fucking unbelievable. We have the Gothix Defense Force. This was just lovely. This was just lovely. Oh no, it was fun for me. What I don't get is that I am naked about the ability to use my streaming platform specifically as a way of income. I don't, and I don't think I have you showing. So give me a second. Let me put this on.
A bit too much.
I know, and that's my thing. I'm still getting used to the debate type thing, and yeah, there you go. But my problem is, like, if I'm asking you what the definition is, if I'm saying, hey, what's my definition of what I believe a grifter is, and I have no way actually put in somebody who's lying to a belief, and I actually associate this because unless I'm wrong, grifter isn't in the Merriam-Webster or Merriam whatever definition. It's slang right now.
I don't know.
But the fact is, if I'm giving you my definition about somebody who actively doesn't tell the whole story for fame and fortune, and the thing about it is, not only was this a Gothix defense force, but he felt attacked because it was the shit that he was doing. And every time I would bring up the fact that, hey, this systematic thing was happening, we have evidence right here, we have evidence right there. Well, what does that got to do with anything?
Yeah, see what because where I would have gone once we veered off is I would have started talking about I would have cut all the bullshit because there was too much room for him to go, oh well, either no or oh well that's in the past. Like for example, you bring up Redline, he was pretty much trying to hand wave it away with his point about pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, which again I will say for the millionth fucking time,
It's impossible.
that it is literally a fuck you. The turn of phrase is literally about doing something that is physically impossible. It's a fucking meme. You can't pull yourself up by the bootstraps. That's the fucking joke that they're playing on you. That you cannot pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, dumbass. Anyway, point is, I would have immediately gone to, so clearly you've already acknowledged the fact that historically black people have been oppressed. And then I would have moved on to, okay, so where did these laws go suddenly when the civil rights movement was only as far back as the 60s, and as far back as the 90s there was riots happening over race relations.
Look,
at what point I would ask, at what point did just all these laws that were holding black people down and systems, where did they just suddenly vanish to? When were these systems disassembled? When were they replaced? When did this happen? Because last time I checked, we're only now starting to address some of them in the most minuscule way possible because neither the Democrats or Republicans actually give a fuck.
What fucking blew me is I knew I laid it up on a silver platform. I say the 1992 crime bill, which that fucker Joseph Robinette Biden actually promoted.
That's a fun one because I just kind of got
on a silver platter.
And I didn't like the way that he would continue to go, oh well, all these black people think this, all these black people think like, okay, that's irrelevant to a conversation between you two.
Oh wait.
You are not this monolith that exists. You are Crimson. You can only argue from your own perspective. You can't, like, what purpose is there to bring up the perspective of other people? The only perspective that would be relevant to this conversation would be numbers. Numbers. Because that would actually demonstrate the state of affairs and it would be useful to the conversation. Other than that, what fucking John Doe and Jane Doe have to say doesn't fucking matter because they're not in the conversation to defend that position. And he was unaware that you didn't even hold the positions, because afterwards you'd be like, okay, great, so you went on your nice 5-minute rant and I don't even believe any of that. Congratulations.
The fact is he didn't understand the
I'll be right back. I got something in the oven.
Sure, no problem. Like, the problem with that whole conversation, it was just, oh God. And for everybody who's still watching, the problem with that whole conversation is I don't know if he was used to like not having an interaction with a person, but you can't make one point, use that as your argument, and then turn around and when somebody makes that same point about you, oh, that's not a point. Like, and oh my God, like I generally think that he didn't listen to the explanation that I got. He only listened to the points that he like if you've been watching my content and if you're part of the community, you know who G-Man is. That was a G-Man type move. He was like, you're just waiting for his turn. And it's like, I'm so glad that this camera was off because he looked as if he was just waiting to speak. And the fact is, this was a fucking hour and a half of trying to be the Gothix Defense Force. I hope she pays him in some sort of money or some sort of social currency. Oh yeah, you stuck out. Yeah, no, you stuck it up for me. Like, come on now. Come on now. And I will say this. If I see bullshit going on, I will still call it out. Nobody is fucking safe. If it's something that I'm lying about, cool. I would address any retraction. But the fact is, don't sit back up here and say that, well, because you're being mean, then we're going to get at you. Like, no. 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 That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about literally me seeing something and saying something. And for all these free speech warriors that want to wave around, oh, we're going to take this legal action or something of that nature in order to try to silence me or do a cooling off or a chilling move, come at me. Come at me. Because last time I checked, y'all were free speech warriors. Last time I checked, you weren't about that council culture. That's the last time I checked. But, you know, reasons, things, and everything. Anyway, let's see if Vegeta comes back soon. It's just alarming that these people sit back and want to complain that somebody's being mean to them, but they can say the most ignorant shit about a particular group of people. They want to say the most just doggedly bigoted shit and say it's y'all fault. Look at you being a predator. Look, but to quote him, I have more to worry about the people of my own race than others. Some sort of quote.
I'm just gonna have to say I'm gonna have to check you real quick.
Okay.
For letting him bait you towards the end when he decided to be an asshole. You're trying to go with him?
At that point I was like I was done. I'm hangry. I need to go fix me something to eat. But
yeah, but it would have made him look like a lot more of a fool if he would have called you a jealous bitch, and then you would have just been like, okay, and what did that add to this conversation?
Oh no, at that point it was over. I didn't give a fuck. The fact that he sat back and he literally said that this was this was the opening valley of the Gothix Defense Force. Like, dude, you just admitted that this is the Gothix Defense Force. She's not paying me anything. Did you talk to her about it? Yeah, I talked to her about it. You dumb fuck. You supposed to say no.
See, for me personally, I don't give a fuck about Gothix. I barely know this bitch. I don't.
But see, that's the problem. Do you ever hear me talk about the fact that she's a woman? Like, do you ever hear the fact that she talks about, oh, she a woman, she's this, she's that? I am fucking careful not to make criticism specifically because, oh yeah, this chick, this. Like, no, my criticism is the fact that you give cover to racists. And I stand by that.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't give a fuck about her. But as far as how that conversation went, I have criticisms for both of you. We can talk more about my criticism of you after the stream, but
look, no. I never want to be accused that, hey, I won't take criticism. I let them bait me. What else?
I am the same person who was checking you on veganism a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
probably
sure.
But anyway.
You mean I don't have a community of yes men? Wait, what? Anyway, I'm about to. Oh God, I can't cut this up. Oh God, I can't do this on my PlayStation. So I can't spend the time editing this video
Oh,
You
no.
know, because I edit videos for some
You
kind of
can't.
reason.
Oh no, you can't use the cut tool in Adobe, whatever the fuck.
You know, I use my PlayStation because
I don't fucking.
because I do so much editing and so much creative editing and shit like that. Yeah, no, even though it just takes me to slap one video on and another video at the end, but I do editing.
I'm
Yeah.
a musician. I don't know how to make videos.
All right, so guys, we're gonna end this right now. It was fun. It was fun. I like having these conversations. Unfortunately, it turned into another Jill conversation. If you've been watching my channel, you know who Jill is. Thank you guys for watching, and catch you on the next one. And as we do all the time for the people in the back, let's talk to our good friend Richard.
Also, fuck you.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, I'm probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other. They find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right, absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
the system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's all gone.
Is that what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.